Raphael? Raphael? Where are you? How did this happen? Raphael! Raphael! All these days, you were hiding Lady Aphrodite from me, because you made her in my image. But if you're gone, then what is the worth of anything else? Breaking news! The missing headpiece of the famous sculpture of the 18th century artist Raphael Jaques, Lady Aphrodite, has been discovered. This iconic sculpture has been missing for centuries, after the artist mysteriously destroyed it himself, and was later discovered having taken his own life. Perhaps now, this discovery might open a door to understanding great art. I have here with me curator Richard Beckham. This discovery is truly one of the biggest in the field of art. The last piece of Lady Aphrodite was accidentally found by one of the locals in Marseille, who sold the sculpture to a pawn shop. Fortunately, the pawn shop owner recognized its value and contacted us, and my partner and I went to authenticate the find. The piece has been carbon dated and various tests have been performed, and it is indeed the missing piece of Lady Aphrodite. Where is the sculpture now? When will it be open to the public? Will it be auctioned? The sculpture will remain in my possession for the time being, but later we will be transferring this to the PII Art Museum. Amazing. Richard, are you going to dust that thing all day? You've been looking at it for so long. Thing? Do you know how big of a discovery this is? What, it's not like discovering the vaccine for polio? You will never understand. This is art, it's talent, a gift only 1 in a million people have. It's like discovering the Mona Lisa. Yeah, and what is it with that? I never liked it, I always found it scary. What? You found the Mona Lisa scary? You are out of your mind. She looks like a witch. This is Gwyneth, Richard's wife, who has never understood him, his passion, or his work. To her, art had little to no value. And to Richard, valuable artwork was everything. Nonetheless, they had been together for almost 11 years now, and were happily married. After a long night bickering about the importance of the Mona Lisa over the polio vaccine, Gwyneth at last let Richard win. Not that she couldn't win. The next morning, Richard was out for work, and sometime in the afternoon, she got ready to run some errands at the mall. Where did I put my car keys? Oh no, Richard is going to kill me. Flex tape. Where's the flex tape? Where did the other piece go? As Gwyneth was searching for the broken piece, her eyes suddenly fell on the head of Lady Aphrodite. It was late at night by the time Richard got home. He walked into his study, surprised to see Gwyneth stooped down on the ground, staring at the Lady Aphrodite. Gwen? What happened? How did this break? Oh, I was searching for my keys and I accidentally bumped into this. And you're still cleaning? It's 11 in the night. Weren't you supposed to leave at 4? Gwyneth looked at Richard confused. No, I just started cleaning a while ago. It's 11? What happened to these 7 hours? Did you hit your head or something? I don't know. It's alright, leave this. Let's go have dinner. Richard didn't understand what happened that day. But it was ever since he began to notice a change in Gwyneth. All of a sudden, she was showing interest in art. Coming to his study and checking out his artwork. Suddenly, the person who used to talk so much and bicker with him all the time was quiet, immersed in her thoughts. 3 days passed and Gwyneth didn't even go out, get groceries or go shopping. So one evening, Richard to take her out himself. Gwen, let's eat out tonight, but I just have to make a quick trip to the gallery and I promise we'll be off to the restaurant. Okay. Expecting a sarcastic remark, instead, Gwyneth quietly went to get ready and headed out in only 10 minutes. When they reached the gallery, Richard quickly got to discussing work with Ethan, his conservator and assistant. Ethan has been working for Richard for 6 years now and has become very close with him and friendly with Gwyneth. He was a very talented young man, fond of art, and saw Richard as his mentor. Gwyneth walked around the gallery checking out the painting and sculptures Ethan had been working on. Seeing Richard get busy with some paperwork, she went to talk with him. Ethan, you fixed all of this? These are so beautiful. What? You never liked this kind of stuff before? Well, I never really noticed them before. In fact, I never noticed you. You are so talented. I try. I can stare at these masterpieces for hours. Maybe I'll drop by sometime. Gwen, let's go. Bye. What's gotten into her? In the years Ethan has been working here, he has never seen Gwyneth show the least bit of interest for art. But from that day on, she truly started coming to the gallery, making up every excuse to spend time with him, trying to understand art. And sometimes just sitting there and staring. How can someone be so gifted? And soon, Ethan was starting to get very uncomfortable. But she was his boss's wife. He couldn't just be rude with her. What was there he could possibly do? In all this, Richard hosted a showcasing party for Lady Aphrodite, inviting other curators, researchers, and media to witness the sculpture. Unlike all his other business parties, this time, Gwyneth was rather eager to join him. But the whole time they were there, Richard noticed Gwyneth staring at the door, almost as if she were waiting for someone. It was around 9 when Ethan arrived. Finally, he's here. But who invited her? Gwen, what are you saying? She's his fiancée. Ethan and Jessica have been dating for 2 years now, and they have been engaged for the last 7 months. As Richard met the couple, he greeted her kindly. "Jessica, nice to meet you. So did you two settle on a date for the wedding?" Oh no, Jessica still can't make up her mind. Don't worry, Ethan. A girl like Jessica will never give up on a rich, successful, established young man like yourself, Gwyneth said rather tauntingly. Excuse me? Jessica asked. Richard awkwardly pulled Gwyneth aside as he chuckled. Excuse her language. She meant you two are perfect for each other. What did she say? Did she just call me a gold digger? No, she's a little weird. To say, the night turned out very awkward, and by the time Richard got into his car to head home, he was relieved to be out of there. Gwen, what? How could you say that to Ethan? Did I say something wrong? I don't know what he sees in her. Did you see the dress she was wearing? It doesn't even suit her. What? Since when do you care who's wearing what? And according to you, Ethan is a man-child. It's only normal he's with a girl like that. And then again, when do you care? I was wrong about him, Richard. I was wrong. Ethan is a very talented man. Have you seen the way he makes his art? His fingers? What? Let's go home. I'm not feeling well. Hearing how defensive his wife became about Ethan, Richard was speechless. That night, when they got home, he went straight to bed. But Gwyneth was up all night in her thoughts. What has happened to me? Why can't I forget him? What to me what his fiancée was wearing? Why am I feeling so jealous? Have I fallen in love with him? What am I going to do? It was sometime in the afternoon the next day. While Ethan was at the gallery, he froze up seeing Gwyneth arrive. Why is she here again? Ethan, there's something I need to talk to you about. I can't keep this to myself anymore. Ethan stared at her awkwardly as Gwyneth let out a deep breath. I think I've fallen in love with you. I can't forget you for a moment. My mind is possessed with you. Hearing Gwyneth, Ethan choked on his words. What are you saying? You're the wife of Mr. Beckham. He has literally taken care of me. He's my mentor. He has taught me everything I know. I've never seen you like that. Staring at Gwyneth near him, Ethan stumbled back nervously, just when Richard walked in. He straightened up and quickly said, Mr. Beckham, it's not what you think. There's no need for any explanation. Without another word, Richard watched Gwyneth leave. He had noticed a strange change in Gwyneth for some time now. Her new attraction towards art, her admiring Ethan. He had been doubting something was up this whole time. And today, it turned out to be true. But this all started ever since that day he saw Gwyneth staring at Lady Aphrodite. He had heard many stories about that sculpture, that it was cursed, that Raphael had destroyed it himself before taking his own life. Now, he didn't know if it was true. That night when Richard got home, he went to speak with Gwyneth. Gwen, lately you haven't been yourself. I was thinking, why don't we visit a counselor? Maybe there's something you want to get off your mind? I think you're right, Richard. I don't know what's been happening with me. Let's go. So the next day, Richard and Gwyneth visited Dr. Alicia Cresswell, who was a well-known psychiatrist and hypnotherapist. Laying on the chair, Gwyneth nervously listened to her. Try to relax and listen to the sound of my voice. What is your name? Gwyneth. How old are you? 34. What is your husband's name? Richard Beckham. Okay, let's go back in time to your childhood. Where are you? Marseille, France. France? She's never been to France. She's from New York. What is your name now? Francesca DeVoe. What is your husband's name? Louis DeVoe. What happened with you? Francesca DeVoe belonged to a very elite family in Marseille and was married to the Duke of Marseille, Louis DeVoe. She was a beautiful young woman, and her husband loved her greatly. He was so impressed with her beauty, he ordered the best artist, Raphael Jacques, to make paintings and sculptures of her to preserve her beauty for eternity. Louis also arranged a palace for Raphael, where he would complete his work. Francesca would often visit him and spent long hours sitting for him. Raphael made the most beautiful sculptures and paintings of her. And over the time they spent together, they happened to fall in love and soon began having an affair. What is the sculpture you've been working on? Show it to me. No, you cannot see it yet. It's of Lady Aphrodite, the goddess of love. It was one day when Francesca secretly went to visit Raphael at his home. She was shocked to find Lady Aphrodite destroyed and Raphael lifeless. All these days, you were hiding Lady Aphrodite from me because you made her in my image. But if you're gone, then what is the worth of anything else? She threw her last memories of him into the river. She heard someone behind her. It was her husband, Louis. I loved you. I made you my life. Why? Why, Francesca? You won't understand, Louis. You never understood love. You just wanted to own me. But now, I will be with the one I love forever. Francesca, no! We have to bring her back, or we might lose her mind forever. As soon as I count to 3, Gwyneth, you will return to your present self and wake up. 1, 2, 3. Gwyneth suddenly got up, holding her head. What happened? I'm not feeling well. Everything will be fine. You just need a small nap. Richard, may I speak with you? Sure. Before this session, Richard had informed Dr. Cresswell everything that happened in the past few days. And after seeing everything with her own eyes, Dr. Cresswell was surprised. "Richard, I honestly don't have an explanation to what has happened with her. I've never seen a patient like this, but I've read about similar experiences. She isn't herself. What should I do?" "Take the sculpture away from her and keep her away from Ethan. If she continues like this, she'll lose her mind." The very next day, Richard and Ethan had the Lady Aphrodite transferred to the BII Art Museum. And leaving Ethan in charge, Richard decided to take Gwyneth somewhere far, where she could heal and get back to herself. Why? Why are we spending our weekend on this? I have to write an article on this painting. What happened? What are you looking at? It's nothing. Come on, let's go.
Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.